Okay, so good evening, everybody. It is the world's first and only dark-skinned activist, Rashida Strober. It is the world. I am the creator, the inventor. Give me 1 second, because I have to make sure that, hold on 1 second. That cannot be playing while we're going. Make sure you guys like this video. Make sure you guys go ahead and share this video. This is going to be an important one, and it's going to prove a point that I have been making for years, since I have learned about people creating derivatives of dark skin activism. So I know that some people are going to just be joining in, and some people may come late to the discussion, but that's okay, because I'm going to leave this live up and you guys will be able to go back, play it, and listen. And I want to let everyone know before I even get started that people watch me on YouTube. Sometimes people are watching me and I don't even know that they're watching me until they say something. And I want people to clearly understand that the reason why I am speaking about Crystal Swirlz is because Crystal Swirlz made a video and spoke about me first. That is how I came to know of who this woman was. She is a swirler, meaning that she interracially dates. And greetings, everybody. I know some people are just tuning in. I just want to kind of get into some detail and some backstory as to why I'm making this video, because understand me clearly, I never, ever, 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 ever create beefs. I never come for someone just because people say, hey, talk about this person or beef with this person. I will only speak my piece if I have a legitimate beef with someone, or if someone comes for me. Now, last week, this person named Crystal Swirlz, I don't know who this lady is. I didn't know who she was until last week when she made a video about me. Let's be very clear, because I know that some people are going to come on here and they're going to say, why are you talking about her? Well, I'm talking about her because this lady made a video about me, bashing, if that's what you want to call it, or criticizing a live that I did about darkism and swirling. Apparently, I didn't know who this lady was. Apparently, she saw the darkism and swirling video and she decided to make a video about me first. That is why I am talking about her. If you come for me, if you talk about me, if you come out the YouTube closet, because a lot of people watch me quietly, been doing it for years. But if you come out and you start talking about me, you are fair game to be critiqued, because I don't know you. I didn't know you. I didn't know who you was prior to you making this video about me. So now you are on my radar and you are fair game. Yes, ma'am. You are fair game. Okay. Now, this Crystal Swirlz person, like I said, the way that I got to know who she was is she made a video about me regarding the darkism and swirling video I made, where I was critiquing swirling as it relates to darkism and making the argument that darkism is swirling. She somehow got a hold of that video. I don't know how. I can't tell y'all. Because I have no idea. Didn't know who this person was. And she made a video in response. So that is how I came to know about her. And she basically critiqued and attacked my point of view. She said that I was crazy. A lot of people have said that on YouTube, but that's nothing new. So that is the context in which I am speaking about Crystal Swirlz, because Crystal Swirlz came from me. And another thing I want to say, when I made the darkism and swirling video, it was as a result of a dark-skinned woman that sent me a message on Facebook. And she said to me, like many other Black women and dark-skinned women have said to me down through the years, why don't you go and date a white man or a non-Black man? Forget about these Black men. This is what this woman said to me. So when she said that, I decided to come onto YouTube and to speak about why I won't do that, which is darkism. I see darkism as swirling and vice versa. And that is the reason why I won't do that. I was basically answering this young lady's question because it is a question that I've gotten over and over throughout the years. People asking me, they say, well, Rashida, you say that Black men are committing darkism against you. Why don't you go date another race? Also, people, now Kristin Karason, again, I'm about giving credit where it's due. And that's the big part of this. I'm about giving credit where it's due. Okay. Kristin Karason is the one that I know of that put swirling on the map regarding bringing this swirling organization, movement, entity to social media. Just like Rashida Strober is the person that put dark skin, colorism, dark skin discrimination as a movement on the map. Nobody else did that. So I say that in the context of these players that are just coming into this. You have to slow down a little bit because you haven't done your research. You know, you haven't, apparently you haven't done your research, because I could tell by listening to you that you have not done your research. And it's the problem that we have with some of our Black women not being honest and not paying homage and getting ideas from other Black women online and then taking those ideas and creating derivatives. And I have a problem with that. And I see elements of this in you, Crystal Swirlz. And again, you came from me. You came from me. Okay, let's keep that in mind. Number one, you came for me. So now you are fair game. So with that being said, this woman, and I'm gonna give me a second here because I wrote down the name of the video. Okay. She made a video called Crystal Swirlz Announces New Movement for Black Women. Okay. That's the name of the video. And I wrote down the names of the videos. Or I'm sorry, the name of the movements. Number one, the All Shades movement, which she credited to a person named Sugar Litter. Number two, the Burn the Cake movement. And number three, the Black Women Losing Weight movement. Crystal Swirlz. Crystal Swirlz. None of these movements are new. None of these movements are new. What you are doing and the people that are following you, and I would be willing to put up all the money I got in the bank, have been in some way, some fashion impacted by Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark-skinned activist, the first person to provide a solution in terms of a platform to the dark-skin discrimination, the colorism, and the darkism that Black women face. What you are doing is not new. You are being intellectually dishonest, and I'm not going to let you get away with that. You came for me first. I didn't even know who you was. That lets me know right there, you watching me and some of your followers watching me. That's proof right there. That's proof right there. You're watching me and some of your followers are watching me. Else, how would they know about Rashida Strober? So what that means is, if these people are in fact watching me, what that means is you're being impacted by my philosophy and opinions. Dark skin, this is the question that I want to ask these women, because I don't like their intellectual dishonesty. And I will give you credit, because when I listened to your video, you did give credit to Kristin Karason. I believe you said for introducing you to the pink pill. But what you must understand is that when we're talking about, let's get back to this that movement that you talked about of, let's see what you call it, the all shades movement. Honey, that is a derivative of dark skin activism. Where do you think these females on YouTube are getting the ideas to create movements around skin tone? Where do you think that these females on YouTube are getting ideas to create movements around skin tone and colorism? Rashida Strober is the person that introduced colorism as a topic into the popular vernacular on social media, and you should be thanking me. You and your followers should be thanking me, because like I said, you made a video about me first. You made a video about me first. I didn't know who the hell you were. And then you talked about Tommy Sotomayor. Honey, you are years late. Okay, you said something about, you introduced, and I'm paraphrasing on this one. Y'all can go and look at the video. You said something about introducing this thing, the discussion around Kobe Bryant and Black women, and that made it to Tommy. Honey, that's not no big deal. Making it to Tommy is not a big deal. You are really new to this YouTube thing, because let me tell you something. Before you even started talking about, and trust and believe, when you talk about swirling, I hear you constantly referring to dark-skinned women and colorism. You didn't get that off the top of your head. You had to be watching people on YouTube that came before you. But let me get back to Tommy Sotomayor. If you think that reaching Tommy Sotomayor regarding starting some type of movement is new, it's not. It's not. And I'm not saying this to brag. I'm dealing with what is factual. I appeared on Tommy Sotomayor light years before anybody, speaking specifically about skin tone discrimination, darkism, and colorism. That was in 2014. This is now 2020. I want to let you know that what you're doing is not new. And what you need to do is pay homage and respect to the people that gave you a lane to speak about this. Because I heard some of your followers have the nerve to tell me, Rashida, you don't know nothing about swirling. You need to stay out of it. Explain to me why the swirling people talking about darkism and colorism. This is what I'm saying. The hypocrisy of Black women on YouTube is appalling. Y'all can't be honest to save y'all life. Crystal Swirlz, these movements are not new. This all shades movement is a derivative of dark skin activism. That is a fact. I'd like to know where were these chicks when I was getting attacked for talking about dark skin, for skin tone regarding Black women in any capacity. Where was you at then defending me? Where were you? This is what I want to know, because you seem to think that what you're doing is new. It's not new. I'm here to call it out. You can do whatever you want. I don't care. But I'm definitely going to correct you and let you know that what you're doing is not new, and that you and your followers, especially this person with this all shades movement, honey, that is a direct derivative of Rashida Strober's dark skin activism. That is a direct derivative of Rashida Strober's dark skin activism that deals with dark skin and colorism, which deals with all shades of Black women. What you're doing is nothing new. Why can't these chicks admit that Rashida Strober is the foundation of all this? And I sat there and I watched you be disingenuous and brag as if to say that I am creating something new. And that's like shitting on people that came before you. I'm not going to allow you to do that. You can't do that. People don't put in way more work than you. Actually, you are benefiting off of my hard work. You and your followers, y'all will never admit to that. And this is my beef with Black women, with some of y'all. Y'all are so dishonest. You can't admit that 10 years ago on YouTube, there was nobody talking about dark skin except for one person. There was nobody talking about colorism except for one person. Y'all didn't give a damn. Y'all were too scared. Y'all were too cowardly. And you come up on your platform. And you talk all this big talk. But you ain't took no real hits, boo. You ain't took no real hits for darkism. And some of your followers hollering back, you from, I guess somebody said you was from Harlem and you will beat me in a debate. Negative, negative, negative. You know why you won't be? I don't care what part of the world you are from. I deal with what is factual, what is righteous, and what is truthful, and what is honest. And right now, there are a lot of Black women on YouTube that are being intellectually dishonest. Period, point blank, end of discussion. These movements ain't new. You are capitalizing off of what the dark-skinned activist has created. And this makes me very angry. This makes me very angry and incensed. Incensed. Doesn't make any sense the way that these women, y'all got to think about this. Where the hell was these women hollering by all shades movement or any movement to deal with dark skin, brown skin, light skin, or any skin tone? Where the hell were you at 10 years ago? Where the hell were you at in 1998? You weren't nowhere around because you didn't give a damn. But you want to sit here and put out this false narrative as if you're creating something new when you standing on the back. When we're talking about social media, when we're talking about social media and how this conversation got on social media, you standing on Rashida Strober's back, period. You're standing on Rashida Strober's back. You're standing on Rashida Strober's back. That is a fact. That is a fact. And I've seen you talk about colorism. I've seen you beat colorism like a dead horse. Where you get the idea to talk about colorism? Where you think that comes from? You think that you came up with speaking on colorism? I don't know how new your channel is, but apparently it's pretty new. It's probably not 5 years old. It's probably let me tell you, if there was a dark-skinned activist, that's my brand name. I actually created those words, that phrase around 10 years ago on YouTube. I know who that person was. The person didn't exist. The person didn't exist. Y'all are so dishonest. And it is despicable. It is utterly despicable. And I will always have a beef with a segment of Black women because they can't be honest. They lie. Shout out to the Black women out there that know what it is. Shout out to the Black women out there that have the decency and the righteousness, because you have to have a level of righteousness. Do you know what righteousness means? Do you know what truth means? Do you know what integrity means? You have to have a high level of righteousness, integrity, and honesty to say another Black woman is the reason why I'm able to have a channel where I'm even discussing colorism, where I'm even discussing skin tone discrimination, where I'm even discussing light skin. I've even heard people say, well, I'm going to become the light skin activist. Where the hell do you think the idea to become the light skin activist came from? Rashida Strober, the dark skin activist. You wouldn't have even thought, it wouldn't have even been a thought in your brain to think about even becoming something as ridiculous as a light-skinned activist had I not created dark-skinned activism. Y'all are foul, straight up foul. I'm gonna go to the comments here. I'm gonna go to the comments because I'm just really sickened by this. I'm really sickened by these Black women that are so dishonest. And I know you watch me. Now because a lot of them will act like and pretend that they're not watching, but that can't be true. Because how did I not know who you? Same thing with the other crispy burnt chicken. Same thing with crispy burnt chicken. I didn't know who the hell this woman was, but all these people knew who I was. This is parallels this shit. This Crystal Swirlz chick makes a video about me. I'm like, who the fuck is this? I see it. I see my name and I see her face and I'm like, what? But I'm so used to it because it's been going on for years now. So the point is, you knew who I was before I knew who you was. You knew who I was before I knew who you was because you made a video about me. So we cannot use this argument that we didn't know. Oh, you knew. You knew. A lot of y'all know. A lot of them know. When I was made Donkey of the Day, and I got to remind some of y'all how this colorism and dark skin conversation and this all shades movement, which is a derivative of dark skin activism, came to the fore. When I made that comment about Kendrick Lamar and his light-skinned girlfriend in 2015, and Charlamagne in the Breakfast Club made me donkey of the day as a result, this incident is what got colorism, dark skin, and anything to do with skin tone discrimination in the Black community popping. This is where it came from. Rashida Strober, the dark skin activist. You cannot make the argument that it didn't. Nobody has ever been able to prove what I'm saying is a lie. Nobody. Nobody has ever been able to prove that there was a person on social media that was speaking out on dark skin, on colorism, on any type of skin tone discrimination before me. The only other person, and y'all know who I'm finna say, hardcore followers know what it is Cola Booth. Cola Booth is the only other person. And these women are just being so damn dishonest. You are making money and making a brand off of what I created. And I got a big problem with that. I got a big problem. I just told y'all, I want y'all to be clear. This lady made a video about me. I didn't know who she was. She made a video about me first. Let's be clear. Y'all can, I love YouTube because the date stamps don't lie. If you don't believe me, you go look at that video that this lady made. It's there. I don't have to lie. She knows it. So again, you knew who I was before I knew who you was. A pattern. Crispy burnt black chicken knew who I was before I knew who she was. And that's the way it works. These people be watching me and then mocking me like you did in your live about me, Crystal Swirlz, and then they turn around and copy me. I've been telling y'all this for years. I've been telling y'all this for years. Once again, I want to say shout out to Jarena Starr, who was honest enough. I don't know who this lady is from Adam, but she came and she talked about how crispy burnt chicken plagiarized dark skin activism. I don't know this lady from Adam. I don't know these people. They watch me all the time, and I don't be knowing who the hell they are until they come out the YouTube closet. I guess they can't take it no more. They can't take it no more. They just got to talk about Rashida Strober. They have to. They're so angry and incensed by what I say. They have to talk about me. They eventually get very angry. And I would not know who these people are if other people didn't tell me about them or if they didn't speak on me, because I don't even be paying these people no attention. Y'all could call me a narcissist. I don't watch other people's videos. I watched Crystal Swirlz video because Crystal Swirlz made a video on me, and I was like, who is this lady? Why is she talking about me? That's why. Other than that, I'm going to be honest with you. And I'm not saying this to be rude. I just don't watch other people's videos like that. I never have. But people are always watching me. They take issue with what I say, and then I look up and I see derivatives of my work. And they never give credit. They never give any money. Shout out to Mr. Fantastic. Mr. Fantastic, shout out to you, because that brother gave me credit. That brother gave me credit. And that brother did some things that I was actually surprised that he would do. That brother gave me credit. He know what it is. He know I put this dark skin thing on the map. He did the dark skin delegation. Well, guess what? The first dark skin conference came light years before that. But this brother had the decency enough to pay homage. And I see that it seems to me the women have a problem doing that. The women have a problem doing that. The men don't have a problem doing that. Let me show y'all something. Let me just, it's sickening. And I'm not going to let these people just get away with what they're doing. I'm not going to allow it. I am not going to allow it. Rashida Strober. Lauryn Hill said, everything you did has already been done. There we go. I'm going to click this on. I'm telling you, nothing that these people are doing is new. I've already done all this shit. I just did the dark skin delegation, which is really an offshoot of the first online dark skin conference. Look at that date stamp. It's August 2015. August 2015. The YouTube doesn't lie. Let me copy and paste this in the chat so that you guys can go and take a look at exactly what I'm saying. And I'm making a point here. Mr. Fantastic. I was on a panel called the Dark Skin Delegation on Sunday. It was about a 3-hour panel. Now, clearly, the Dark Skin Conference, as you can see by the date stamps, 5 years before that. But again, the difference between the brothers and the so-called sisters is that the brothers will be intellectually honest. The brothers will be intellectually honest. The brothers don't sit and lie and act as if they have created a movement or a lane that they know that was created before them. And Mr. Fantastic actually invited me onto his platform after watching me on O'Shea Duke Jackson's platform, whose platform I've gone on to multiple times, speaking about dark skin. Okay. So it's just really sick and sad that people online continue to be dishonest and not say where they're getting these so-called movements, these so-called ideas. It's a sad, sick day. But what I will always do, what I can guarantee you, I will always tell the truth about this. And that's why I wrote a book called Inventing Dark Skin Activism, the Rashida Strober story. And this book is written, but I'm still working on it and I'm editing it because I had to add a chapter. And this chapter just continues to increase about how in the aftermath of me bringing the first platform to deal with skin tone discrimination, dark skin discrimination, colorism, darkism, how people mock me and now they continue to create offshoots of my work, which is really plagiarism, and never give credit. They act so arrogantly as if this is something that they thought of out of their own brain. You didn't. And I'm writing about this extensively. And that's where my educational background comes in. And I thank God for that. Nobody could ever take that away from me. You think you can steal and rip off my movement and rip off my philosophy and opinions that comes from my intellectual property? Well, karma is something, and karma will come for you. Make no mistake about that. But the power that I have, and I thank God for that every day, is my intellectual ability to sit down and pen my experiences, to tell my story, because I want my story to be told. And I want it to be told in my own words, the truth, because so many people have been inspired, have been ripped off. Just imagine this. And this is what's going on. They come to your video, they hate on you, but then they realize, damn, this person is very intelligent. This person is very creative. This person got some good shit. Let me study this person. Let me try to pass off what they created as my own. And they think that they're going to get away with it, but I always catch it. God always sends it to me in some way, shape, fashion, or form, because I'm never looking for it. It's either the people bring it to me or that person themselves, they bring it to me. It's shown to me in some type of way. And what I'm saying to y'all is this is wrong. You are not the dark skin activists. You didn't invent any first movement to deal with anything regarding skin tone. You didn't create that. You didn't create that. So no, Crystal Swirlz, you're not going to give credit to this person who has probably been in some way, shape, fashion, or form exposed to the work of the dark skin activists regarding skin tone, because I noticed that you said in the video, and this is how I know that you had to have been watching me. Obviously, you have, because you made a video about me first. So that's number one. But you talked about we're going to end colorism. We're going to bring dark skin and light skinned women together. We're going to end colorism. Well, that's what I always say that dark skin activism is. I've said it from day one, that dark skin activism is the first platform to eradicate colorism and darkism. The irony. That's not a coincidence, folks. That's not a coincidence. And I'm not really looking at the chat. Let me get in the chat because I'm not tolerating nobody on here that's siding with dishonest people. I am not going to side with anyone that sides with dishonesty. I will block you from the chat. I will block you from the chat if you come in here and disrespect me, because I have never disrespected anybody. I have never disrespected anyone. I simply have told the truth about how my own so-called Black women who didn't give a fuck. This is the truth. Y'all didn't care about dark skin or light skin or colorism, because if you did, you would have created it before me. There would have been a movement specifically dealing with skin tone discrimination, colorism, darkism before me. It did not exist until after I came onto the scene. It didn't. These are the bare facts. And I'm just saying, stop going around here pretending as if you are doing something new. You are not. You are not. Crystal Swirlz, I'm talking to you right now. And I'm talking to that chick that, let me go back to it because I wrote down the name because I wanted to make sure that I said this person's name correctly. This sugar glitter person. Your all shades movement is a derivative of dark skin activism. Because what you're doing is you're looking at dark skin activism. You're looking at dark skin activism in all of its forms and facets, even through the people that have stolen and ripped me off. And you're saying, oh, all shades. That's a derivative. The thing is, you have to, in a court of law, you have to ask the question. You have to say, where did you get the idea to come up with this movement or with this platform? And I can clearly tell you, I'm the only person that could tell you that I came up with this idea before there was a social media. I didn't watch people's videos. In the age of social media, these folks cannot argue that they didn't watch somebody else's videos on social media and come up with these ideas. You can't make that argument because you came after I brought it onto the scene on social media. I created dark skin activism before there was a social media. So explain to me, how can you make the argument in a court of law that you did not come up with these so-called original ideas as a result of watching videos on any form of social media? You can't make that argument. You would be lying. Every last one of them would be lying. The only people that would not be lying is myself and Cola Booth. That is it. That is it. Facts. And I would love to get these people in front of a judge in a court of law, in discovery, in a deposition, where you take an oath to tell the truth. And an attorney, a skilled attorney, grilled them and asked them, did you or did you not get these ideas as a result of YouTube? And the answer will be yes, if you're going to tell the truth. Now, if you want to perjure yourself, you can do that too, but it's not going to be looking too good for you. And I can guarantee you, those YouTube videos, those people making videos about darkism and colorism, the trail will lead back to yours truly. You looking at her. Rashida Strober, the person that created the first platform in history, the first platform on social media to deal with all skin tones, skin tone discrimination, called dark skin activism, dealing with colorism and darkism. You're not going to be able to get around that. You're not, because if you would just be lying. You'd just be lying. And I hate a liar. 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 Just horrific. Lord have mercy. I am so sick and tired of people plagiarizing me. It's just really sad, you know, and for some of y'all come on here and y'all try to act as if y'all don't understand where I'm coming from. Crystal Swirlz, you even said in that last video that I quoted, you spoke about you didn't like people stealing your ideas. I guess there's someone out there that you feel is stealing your ideas. Well, Crystal Swirlz, I speak from the same view. I don't like people stealing and taking my creative ideas without giving credit. And I'm saying to you that these three movements that you're calling yourself saying you created are not new. They are not new. And you need to admit that. You, like other Black women who are speaking, and I'll probably be dead and gone. Let me just say that. Thank God for my dark-skinned daughter, Lauren, who I am schooling her in the University of Dark Skin Activism. This child is going to carry on my legacy. But I've already come to terms with the fact that I'll probably be an old lady, because what they like to do, they like when you're old, and and I love older people. I'm not trying to be rude. I respect my elders. God knows I do. I love y'all. But people like to wait until you're old and you're not so-called physically attractive or sexy or beautiful, or or you're dead, and then they give you your credit. That's darkism. That's evil. That's low down. That's vicious. That's vicious. That's malicious. And I don't want credit for my work and acknowledgement for my work and money for my work, because y'all owe me some money, because y'all making money. Y'all are making money off of dark skin activism. Y'all are making money off of dark skin activism. You're making money off of my name. People that made plenty of money off my name. I love to hear people holler about, oh, this person. No, honey, people have been making money off of my name before any of y'all started talking about dark skin or colorism. Y'all owe me money. And I want my money. I want my acknowledgement. I want my credit while I'm living. That's why I'm going to keep talking about this. You're not going to tell me that swirl over there. You don't tell me what to talk about. Y'all have the audacity and the nerve and the nastiness to come to me and tell me you don't own colorism. You can't tell. Well, who the fuck are you to tell me I can't talk about swirling? Who are you to tell me what I can't talk about? Y'all are so hypocritical. The hypocrites, the hypocrisy. YouTube has brought out the worst in some of our people. Now, YouTube is an excellent platform so that people's ideas and creativity can get out. But the backstabbing, the stealing, the plagiarism, the lies, it's just appalling among our people. It is appalling. I'm actually disgusted. I'm actually disgusted. Just reading through these comments here. I want to say shout out to those of you that are rocking with me and that understand where I'm coming from. Those of you that can see the truth, see the integrity, see the righteousness of the statements that I make. You can see, you can look at it. And I've had a lot of supporters, and I've been tracking what you have been saying. Make no mistake about it. I've been tracking what you have been saying. I put it in my book, Inventing Dark Skin Activism, the Rashida Strober story. So I just want y'all to know that I hear you, and I appreciate the people that know that I'm actually telling the truth, and the people like Jarena Star that came out and she basically admitted and told the truth about a Black woman YouTuber stealing and ripping off my platform. I just want to read some of the comments that I've gotten from those supporters that know that I'm telling the truth. Shout out to y'all. Let me read Chaz Jones. This is what you said. Chaz said, Rashida is the first to put a heavy emphasis and concentration. And these comments are important to me. I'm sorry, let me stop. Because they're from the people. They're not from my words. These come from the people that are sitting back watching this thing go down. They're listening to what people are saying, and they are analyzing and assessing, and they are coming up with what is the truth. It's not that they agree with me. It is we are telling the truth. We are about truth. This is not about Rashida Strober. This is about telling the truth, about intellectual honesty, which is lacking in Black YouTube. It is lacking in Black YouTube. So for the truth tellers, it's a small percentage of y'all. I love y'all. I got the utmost respect for y'all. Let me read what you said, Chaz Jones. You said Rashida Strober is the first to put heavy emphasis and concentration on the world being color struck and dismissive of dark-skinned Blacks. Many people copied her and mimicked her brand without giving Strober credit, which is wrong. Regardless how eccentric she gets, she makes valid points. Now, somebody hollered about Crystal Swirlz being entertaining. Okay, everybody knows that Rashida Strober has been beat down and criticized for being loud and boisterous and eccentric, but you credit Crystal Swirlz, who's light skinned, for being entertaining. I want to focus on that. That's very important because the dark skinned activist Rashida Strober, and as Chaz pointed out, he said regardless of how eccentric she gets, she makes many valid points. But you said in the comments, somebody pointed out, and I saw your comment in the chat box, you talked about how entertaining Crystal Swirlz is. Why you give Crystal Swirlz credit for being entertaining, but the dark-skinned activist who put darkism and colorism on a map, I get mocked and beat down and brutalized and called all out my name for my ratchetness. They call it ratchetness. You call her entertaining. They called me ratchet. They called me eccentric. They called me loud. They called me crazy. Now that's motherfucking darkism. Y'all are hypocrites. Y'all are hypocrites. You called a light-skinned woman. I want to hone in on that. That's the darkism I'm talking about. That's the intellectual properties swagger theft I'm talking about. That I get mocked and copied for, but y'all paying other people who ain't even dark skinned because you consider them entertaining. Now, if that's not motherfucking darkism, I don't know what is. That's systemic economic darkism because those same dollars should be funneled over to the originator of the lane. Y'all are hypocritical. Thank you, Chaz, for pointing that out. Thank you for pointing that out. Y'all are hypocrites. Y'all are hypocrites, straight up and down. Hypocrites. Hypocrites, liars and hypocrites. Y'all read the comment. I read your comment and I ain't letting it go. I don't forget nothing that somebody do to me. And I do hold grudges. I don't forget shit. I'm not letting this go because y'all are dead wrong. You sat there in my chat box and you called this woman entertaining. But Rashida Strober has been called all kinds of names for exhibiting the same type of behavior that this Crystal Swirlz, who just came on the scene, but she light skinned and you giving her a pass. You giving her an entertaining pass. You're giving her an entertaining pass. Y'all are hypocrites. Y'all are hypocrites. Keep moving. So Chaz Jones, you said regardless of how eccentric she gets, she makes many valid points. What she has documented and analyzed about darkism is the same contribution that Neely Fuller Jr. has made about white supremacy. Rashida's name deserves to be mentioned when anyone is speaking about darkism. Absolutely. Or colorism to an extent, even though Alice Walker coined the word colorism, but I'm the first person to create a platform to eradicate colorism, to get rid of colorism and darkism. Pearl Genuine, you said, you are the beginning of this colorism chat, and I stand with you and support you. Glad you are defending yourself. Well, thank you, Pearl, and I appreciate your support because you are among a small elite that is not afraid to tell the truth. Chaz Jones, Jarena Starr, Pearl, y'all are among a small elite that are not, you are not afraid to tell the truth. Komet Amin, you said, thanks to you, way more Black men love chocolate women. Shout out to you. I'm going to keep reading what some of my gems, aka loyal followers, are said. Now, Crystal Swirlz, you hollering Tommy Sotomayor, honey, that's nothing new to be on Tommy Sotomayor. Ben did that. You're just coming into this game. You need to pay homage and respect to the ones that created this path for you. That's my problem with you right now. Let me read what Gavin Turner said. And this is a light-skinned dude. Hit me up in my inbox. He said, I'm a huge fan of your cause. I've watched you over the years with your interviews and debates with Tommy Sotomayor. Crystal Swirlz, this is what a fan is saying. This basically lets you know that you're not doing anything new by getting on Tommy Sotomayor. Tommy Sotomayor Ben did that to me light years ago. It's not new. You need to pay homage because you're throwing Tommy out there. And you didn't say Tommy. I'll give you that. You said, I believe you said Uncle Tom or something like that, but I knew who you was talking about. Let me finish reading what Gavin Turner said. He said, I'm a huge fan of your cause. I've watched you over the years with your interviews and debates with Tommy Sotomayor. Not only am I a fan, but I'm very attracted to you. Okay, well, thank you. Anyway, if I can't make it back home to see your show live, I'll definitely catch the stream. God bless you, and I hope we can become better acquainted. Now, this person, he was referring to my live show, A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge, on the Dark Skin Activist Tour. Again, this is stuff I've been doing light years before these women ever thought about talking about skin tone discrimination of any kind. You're not the creator of this lane, and I'm not going to allow you to pass it off as if you're doing something unique and different. Leonard Brown, you said, I see this woman becoming the dark-skinned Oprah, opening dark-skinned media and owning the first dark-skinned network, along with all dark-skinned commercials representing dark-skinned companies. As I drive through places like Skid Row, I see a lot of misrepresented dark-skinned people in suffrage. They too need a black light at the end of the tunnel to see their way out of light-skinned discrimination. I have no problem seeing this woman stand up where others won't, can't, or just don't see the need. I'm glad he said that, because now they're doing it after I already did it. That's very important. These are the words of Leonard Brown. These are not my words. Other people, Crystal Swirlz, why you didn't stand up? Where were you at in 2015 when I was getting dragged by the Breakfast Club? Crystal Swirlz, where you hollering about you starting all these new movements? I want to know where you were in 2015. In fact, any black woman that's talking about darkism and colorism, this is my question to you, because this brother Leonard put up a good point. He said, this woman stands up where others won't, can't, or just don't see the need. So my question to these dark-skinned women, these brown-skinned women, these light-skinned women that's talking about darkism and colorism, where were you in 2015 when I was getting dragged by the internet, when I was getting dragged by the bloggers, when I was getting dragged by Charlemagne and the Breakfast Club for putting colorism on the map? Crickets. I'm waiting. Crickets. I sat here for about 3 minutes and I waited for people to answer that question, and you can't even answer the question. You didn't even answer the question. I'm looking at the chat right now. And you didn't answer the question because you know that these people that are talking about colorism and dark skin didn't give a damn until after I made it big. They didn't care. So I'm going to ask the question again. I'm going to give you one more chance to answer the question. The question was, where were these people, these black women, brown skinned women, dark skinned women, light skinned women, Where were you at in 2015 when I was getting dragged by Charlemagne and the Breakfast Club and made Donkey of the Day for putting colorism on the map? I'm going to be quiet and look at the chats. The only person that I see on here that you, Deanna Joseph, I'm going to give you credit because you did say, you said, back then I didn't watch YouTube. That's a legit response. Christy Bella, you said, I just found out about you like last week. Okay, Deanna Joseph, I apologize because there's a lot of people on here and I didn't see your comment. Okay. Those are two legitimate responses. But they, again, it's crickets because y'all cannot tell me. Nobody said, well, Rashida, this person defended you. Or Crystal Swirlz was there defending you. Or Burnt Black Crispy Chicken was defending me. Y'all can't tell me that. Because these people didn't give a fuck about it until I made it pop. And then they began creating derivatives of my work. And now they're gaining popularity off of my work. And I don't like that. And they're making money. This is what Black women, some Black women, not all, are doing. Let me read your comment, Percy. I saw you gave to the chat. And I definitely want to recognize you. Let me scroll back up. But y'all not answering that question proves my point. It proves the validity of my point because y'all don't even have an answer to it. Y'all can't even tell me where these women were at. Y'all can't tell me. You can't speak of one woman that came out and said, Rashida, the dark-skinned activist, I stand behind you. I support you because you didn't want to do that. What you wanted to do is take because that's what we do to each other. That's why we can't get nowhere collectively. We take and we steal, and it's wrong. Let me read what you had to say, Percy Sherrod. Thank you for your $5. I really appreciate it. You said, I'm giving my future wife her flowers now. You gonna sing your theme song today? They mock me, then they copy me. Rashida Strober. Okay. All right, let me sing my song. All right, yeah, man, talk about dark skin. Yeah, man, talk about dark skin. Yeah, man, talk about dark skin until you heard Rashida Strober. Do it. Yeah, man, talk about dark skin. Yeah, man, talk about dark skin. Yeah, man, talk about dark skin until you heard Rashida Strober. Do it. Ow. Okay. All right, I had to sing my song by special request. They'll copy that, y'all. They will copy that. They copy every damn thing I do. By the way, this is me. That picture that y'all see up there is me in the Harlem and the Bronx. I did my show on the Dark Skin Activist Tour back in 2017. I have been on tour since 2006 before anybody uttered a word about dark skin. And I got a chance finally in 2017 to make it to New York. I performed at the Maceley's Documentary Center on Malcolm X Boulevard, also at Respect for Life Books. Shout out to Brother Jabril Muhammad in Brooklyn. I got a chance to, this interview was conducted in the Bronx by 950 Lounge. And, you know, when you put in all this work, and I've been doing this for years, I've done scores of interviews. That's why I say I know these people watching me. They've seen my interviews are all over YouTube. These people want to act like and pretend that they have not been exposed to my work and they want to say, I didn't know about you. Well, guess what? Let me tell you something. Sometimes you're exposed to people's work and you don't realize it because the people that are making content have been exposed to my work, but they may not necessarily be saying my name because they just don't want to give credit. I watched. Let me give y'all an example of what I'm saying. When the Kendrick Lamar debacle went down in 2015, the internet went wild with people making videos about me. I watched Black people on YouTube talk about me and wouldn't even say my motherfucking name. I watched a light-skinned heavyset chick do it. And you know what she said? I'm not going to say the bitch name because I don't want her to get credit. Let me repeat that. A light-skinned heavyset YouTuber. She got thousands of views and made some money off Rashida Strober. But she said, I'm not going to say the bitch name because I don't want her to get no credit. There's so many black women and a few black men that talked about me and Kendrick Lamar, but they said Kendrick Lamar name, but they wouldn't say Rashida name. And then all of a sudden they started talking about colorism and darkism. You just are foul. You are foul, low down, low lives. This is the mentality of some of our people. This is the mentality. This is what I'm telling you. You don't have to agree with me, but when that shit happened to your ass, when it happens to you, when you come on YouTube with a real, unique, innovative idea that nobody's done before, and you see somebody else ripping you off, I bet you'll be singing a different tune. I bet you will be singing a different tune. I bet you will be singing. Rashida Strober was absolutely right. She was right. Let me get back to the comments of the people. Once again, shout out to the elite group of people that are not afraid to tell the truth. ESL Professional said, thank you for representing Rashida Strober. She is the woman that taught me what true colorism is. She doesn't make an enemy out of a particular skin tone or gender. Just passionately defends dark-skinned men, women, and children globally. That said, I think Kevin Hart and Leslie Jones wouldn't make it because of her looks, not because of her skin tone. He supported Tika Sumpter. Now, some of these comments are in conjunction to current events at the time, but I am giving you the nature of people giving me credit for creating this lane through what they're saying. An anonymous YouTube fan said, whether you like it or not, Rashida put dark-skinned activism on the map. This is a review from my book, Darkism. Frederick Enzon Camo said, I bought the book and it's a masterpiece. Most of my girlfriends look like Rashida because she is the norm. Light skin is not the norm, but Black people willingly lightening their race. Rashida is not ugly or dark. She is normal. Beyonce is not normal. She is the product of colorism. Let's keep going. An anonymous YouTube fan said, first they criticize you, then they attack you, then they copy you. Rashida, we have the date stamps on all of your videos and proof of all your work is out there. These people are bitter and jealous, and these self-hating men and women are jealous. That is all. An anonymous fan said, thank you, Rashida, for speaking up for dark-skinned women like myself. I catch hell every day for being dark-skinned. At my job, I am treated poorly because I am dark-skinned. I have been called ugly and attacked, even when I am minding my own business. It's hard being a dark-skinned woman. I love being dark-skinned, though. Brother Olakan Salamu, shout out to you. You said, hey, Rashida, I read your book this weekend. This is a powerful book. Some parts made me sad. That's good because it makes me take a closer look at myself and see where I need to improve, consciously and subconsciously. I appreciate you and your work for that. I look forward to reading the next one. Thank you. Another YouTube fan said by the name of Centrin Hugans. I hope I said your name correct. First off, you are doing a unique and wonderful job. Initially, I came across you when I recently watched an O'Shea Duke Jack video, which featured you. Although I detest Duke, I found your testimony honest and sincere. I have ultimately subscribed to your channel, and in the near future, I intend to watch more of your videos. I am a Nigerian male. One thing that I found odd is you acknowledge the negative connotations for all words associated with the color black, but you chose to name your movement darkism. Why did you do this? Okay. Another YouTube fan, Chichi, said, Rashida, you're really great, lovely. I can't put into words. I hope one day I can meet you. I'm sorry for your experience. I can relate. The police can be so ignorant sometimes. My friend and I were driving, and because we were wearing black scarves on our heads, they were purposely following us and pulled us over for really dumb stuff like not indicating enough, which my friend did. Thank you so much. You're most kind. An anonymous fan said, Rashida Strober is not new to this. She's true to this. Been established since 1998. That one comment shuts it all down right there. That comment alone right there shuts it down. Let me read that one more time. Rashida Strober is not new to this. She is true to this. Been established since 1998. Jedi King said, and why can't more black women be like you, Rashida Strober? I can tell you're not the average sister. The passion you have for your people, and specifically dark-skinned people, is phenomenal. I give you lots of credit. And to think you started all the way back in 1998. I wasn't even mature enough at that time to be focusing on important matters as such, which the majority of these people, they weren't. That's my point. I'm glad this person said that. They didn't give a damn. There was no maturity. There was no consciousness. But now all of a sudden you pop up after Rashida Strober came on the scene, and now you have created movements. You listen, you did not create anything new. It's already been done by Rashida Strober, the dark-skinned activist. Let me keep going. This person said, you are an inventor, role model, and you can now say you sparked a movement by being ahead of your time. Let me read what this person said again. And why can't more black women be like you, Rashida Strober? I could tell you're not the average sister. The passion you have for your people, and specifically dark-skinned people, is phenomenal. I give you lots of credit. And to think you started all the way back in 1998. I wasn't even mature enough at the time to be focusing on important matters as such. I was too busy spending time in the streets, wasting my life. I thank God I matured before becoming another statistic. My hat's off to you, Queen. You are an innovator, role model, and you can now say you sparked a movement by being ahead of your time. But I got people on YouTube that are claiming that they have started these new movements, a new movement that is really an offshoot of dark-skinned activism. That is what I would like to say to you, Brother Jedi. But you're right on point. Thank you. Thank you. Let's keep going. A YouTube fan said, yet again, Rashida is speaking the truth. Rashida, you are the Martin Luther King of dark-skinned activism. Lots of people are picking up and following. But the truth is, you felt the abuse from Tommy Sotomayor and his trolls, and you persevered and stood strong as a true black dark-skinned queen should. I am proud of you and your dark-skinned accomplishments. I am sick of these non-dark-skinned people representing black folks. Now, these comments was written years ago, and they foretold how people would basically create offshoots of my movement and would not give credit for it. That is exactly what's going on right now. This comment, again, has summed it up. And y'all can hate all y'all want, because these are not my words. These are words from the supporters and fans of the world's first and only dark-skinned activists. James Neal, you said, yeah, darkism was really good, which I finished yesterday. He's referring to my book, Darkism. And halfway through, A Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge. And yeah, they are both really good and interesting, informative and eye-opening. I particularly like Delphine so far. So this is a white man that's over in Europe that bought my book, and he was giving me feedback on how he felt about the book. Latasha Pratt, you said, hello, sister. I am currently listening to the recent debate, you and the light-skinned sister. I just finished listening to your PowerPoint, and I had to stop and write this email. Sister, I am so proud of you. You are a fighter and a warrior. Myself and many others have seen this sickness within the world, but specifically in our community for decades. You, however, have had the courage to stand up to the cancerous monster, a beast that too many people want to ignore and even worse, deny that it exists in our community. Your representation this far is measured, well thought out, and irrefutable. I know I have not finished listening to the debate, but your level of professionalism and budding academic scholarship is showing through so magnificently. One day, students all over the globe will be studying you and your contributions to bringing darkism to light and giving you the proper respect that you deserve in helping to eradicate it from planet Earth. Just know that when you feel down and out, because all of us from time to time can feel that we're fighting a losing battle, know that you have supporters out here in the world, and we are with you 100%. And that includes, we're here to help you financially and support you as well. Now, this is very important because, again, these people are saying that over and over again that nobody basically gave a damn about colorism and darkism. They didn't give a shit about it. They didn't care to talk about it. And the sister is saying that in the future, and I said that at the beginning of this video, that, you know, when you're dead and gone, or when you're real old, people want to give you your flowers. But in the interim, people are plagiarizing, not giving credit, pretending as if they're creating something new when the groundwork has been laid and the blood has been shed. The blood, sweat, and tears has already been shed by Rashida Strober, the dark-skinned activist. And it's not right for these Black women who are doing this to come in and act as if you have created something new. My question again, and I asked this question about 10 minutes ago, and I'm going to ask the question again. Where were these women when I was getting death threats and getting attacked and being made donkey of the day in 2015 by Charlemagne and the Breakfast Club for creating the first platform for dark skin, colorism, and darkism? All I hear is crickets once again. Y'all cannot answer that question. And that's like the third time I asked the question. If these people cared so much about dark skin, colorism, why weren't they defending me? I'll tell you why. Because they didn't give a fuck. And in the aftermath, they were busy studying and plagiarizing. Period, point blank, the end of the story. I want to thank everyone for taking the time to watch this live today. I appreciate it, even those of you that do not agree with me because you're not honest. You haven't came to a certain level of honesty, because you have to come to a certain level of honesty and maturity to say, yeah, this Black woman was ripped off. They stole from her. You have to be a certain type of genuine, honest person, a big person to say that. And a lot of you, I get it, you're not at that level yet. You're not at that level yet. But I want to say thank you to those who are not afraid to tell the truth about Rashida Strober creating the first platform to eradicate darkism, dark skin discrimination, and colorism. And in the aftermath, people who previously did not care to speak about it plagiarized, stole, ripped off for their own gain. And that, my friends, is the story of the dark-skinned activists. The story of the first person that cared enough to create a platform to get rid of colorism, was mocked, received death threats, called crazy. And then the same people who mocked, initiated death threats, called her crazy, turned around and ripped her off and stole from her. This is the story of the world's first and only dark-skinned activist, the first human being on this planet to create a movement to get rid of darkism and colorism. Now, if you guys want to support the work that I do, here's what you can do. And I want to say thank you to the people that donated in the super chat. If you guys want to support the work that I do, there's several ways that you could do that. You can go to my GoFundMe, and I'm going to type it in right here. Rashida Strober GoFundMe. If you go to YouTube, if you go to Google, you can, if you Google Rashida Strober GoFundMe, my GoFundMe will come up, and I'm going to copy and paste it, and you can make a donation there. You can also go to my Cash App, which is rashidalala, and you can make a donation there. And you can also go to my PayPal. And my PayPal is ice cream lady dream at yahoo.com. The funds go to my dark skin activist tour that I created in 2006, and I have been on tour since that time. The funds go to booking a venue, the travel costs, the technical costs. The funds go to the production of the Dark Skin Activist Tour that features my creative works. So make sure that you go and make a donation to any one of the platforms you choose. It's up to you. You can do the GoFundMe, you can do the Cash App, or you could do the PayPal. And you will be helping to produce the Dark Skin Activist Tour. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you share the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And I want to appreciate everybody, like I said, even the ones that have not come to terms with the truth. I want to appreciate y'all for still taking the time to watch today. It is the world's first and only dark skin activist, Rashida Strober, the creator, the inventor, the designer of the first platform in history for dark skin, the person that spoke about dark skin and colorism when nobody gave a fuck, when they was all afraid. And now all they do is rip me off, copy, plagiarize, and capitalize off of my sincerity and off of my truth. darkskinactivist.com.